Yeah, it seems to usually take a second on yours. Let me see. So it's proving the derivatives part 1. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like, yeah, for day 2 and day 3. There it goes, live. Yeah, for day 2 and day 3 for this week.
Prove the
Using
constant rule. Go ahead.
So, like, it was just, like, I understood the activities as I looked through the activities.
Mm-hmm.
It was when I got into my math lab and was doing some of the homework problems, I was like, it kind of threw me
Yeah,
for a loop.
I've noticed
And like,
that.
I get the whole, like, on day 3, where it's the part 2 of proving the derivative rules.
Okay.
The activity, it has you, basically write everything out without putting any numerical values in. So like for number 1 on that, it has like y equals f of x times g of x.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you do the whole f of x plus h minus f of x all over h is the limit of h goes to 0. And then I don't know. It somewhat makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like I start getting it, and then somewhere along the lines I get all screwed up and get confused.
I don't blame you. Where's the? Let me find it. What day did it have the proving part? When you first
Day
learned how to
3.
prove?
Well, day 2 is part 1, and day 3 is part 2.
Okay, so yeah, day 2
I'm
is part 1, part 2. So day 1 they talk about the
I'm looking
definition,
at
right?
day. What's up?
It's day 1 they start the definition, right?
Let me look here.
Finding derivatives definition
Yeah,
worksheet.
day 1 they start the derivative.
Using the definition of the derivative. Just trying to find out where the definition is. Which page? What day was that on?
So
I see if that will help scratch my brain a little.
yeah. So
Is that the same one as 2 weeks ago, or no?
no. This is it's like using the derivative definition, or proving the derivative definition, or the definition of a derivative using limits. If you look at day 1 activity.
Okay, I'm navigating here, trying to look for it all. So week 10, day 1. Activity 1, that's what you're talking about? So finding the derivatives fx equals x2? Or are you talking about the finding derivatives by definition?
Are different? Hold on.
Oh, don't do that to me. Be nice.
Activity. Yeah, that finding the derivatives of fx equals x2 or x squared, or oh no, that's a video. Sorry.
So it must be the other one.
It says and print the finding derivatives by definition.
Right, I'm trying to make it work. My computer is acting up on me. Come on. Oh, please don't tell me you're frozen.
Uh-oh.
Looks like I lost him.
Lost him?
Yeah. Your network connection is experiencing difficulties. Check your connectivity. I think it's okay on my side. Well, it's gonna take a minute. I'm gonna look at this real quick. Hopefully he'll be able to kick back online real quick, and I'll wait for him for a minute. Maybe I have to re-invite him.
You left the page?
Hello.
Sorry, I lost you there, didn't I?
You're good. I just see your picture now. I don't really see your face.
Yeah. Mine's showing full bars. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. It said connectivity issues, but it should be working.
I don't know. Is your video on?
Yeah, it's showing my face and it's showing your face. You have a lovely fan flying over you, and you look very bored. So.
I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
we'll just continue with what we were talking about. Did you get your computer to work?
Yeah, the proving the constant rule for derivatives, or
It was the finding derivatives by the definition.
okay, trying to find it where I put it. By definition, worksheet. Okay, let's see if I can pull up the thing. Okay, it says find the derivatives of the following functions using the limit definition of the derivative.
Yeah.
And remind me, you were going out then. Is the limit definition of the derivative the f of x plus h minus f of x over h?
Yeah.
That's right. That was ringing a bell to me. Okay.
Yeah. So, I guess I look at it here and I start working through these problems,
Mhm.
and they make sense.
Right.
You know, for like problem 1, where it was y equals 2x minus 3.
Yeah.
You know, to find the derivative of that, you could put the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Then you plug your f of x in. So it'd be 2x plus h minus 3
Yeah.
minus 2x minus 3 all over h.
That sounds right to me. Yeah.
So then you'll have a positive, you distribute your 2 into the x plus h. So you get 2x plus 2h minus 3
Right.
minus 2x plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
So then your 3's cancel out and your 2x's cancel out, and you're left with the 2h over h. And the h's cancel out, and you're left with 2.
Yeah.
You know, that makes complete sense, and I get it 100%.
But once they give you like a tangent or whatever.
Yeah, you get like a cosine or a cotangent or something on one of the problems, and I'm like,
So.
well, what do you do now?
Oh no, I
get
hear you.
confused.
I hear you. I'm still a little bit behind there. Fortunately, I know. It's funny. I do remember a lot of this from last semester. This definition, at least.
Yeah.
So fortunately, that's helping me out. Where was I? Oh, I just pulled up the Here we are. Her answer key was x plus h, x plus h, blah blah blah. Yeah, you just basically plug everything in. But let's see. Okay. Let me see if I can try doing one of those then. So we want the derivative of what do you want to do? Sine of x. That one work for you?
Let me see if I can find a problem with it.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can just take the derivative derivative of sine of x. So I'm looking at kind of what she has here. As h approaches 0, do you want to do 0?
Yeah.
As h approaches 0 of sine of x. Okay, and so that's going to be f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Okay.
Correct.
And so that,
Yeah.
can you see that at all, or is that too dim?
I can't see anything because I just see your face.
Ah,
You're like your
crud.
picture.
Okay.
So it's all good. I have her answer key up here, and I found on day 3.
Day 3 answer key.
Day 3 answer key number 5 does the sine of x.
Okay, let me see if I can find my page. Sorry, loading. Week 10, day 3 activity key for the D10, D10,
Yeah.
D3 activity. Okay.
D10,
Alright.
D3, yeah.
All right, I'm pulling up my proving the derivatives part 2 key.
Yeah, number 5.
Oh, that looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Looks good to me.
Okay, so she's proving the product rule, proving the quotient rule, exponential, ln. Okay, so sine. Is sine the one you said you want to work on?
Well, just like both like any of those trig functions kind of
Alright.
get me. But if I can understand like I know the derivatives for them, which definitely helps. I got to just get in my head that I have to do it this way kind of thing, and I'm still working on that.
Okay, no, that's fine. All right, so I'm looking at it. So it makes sense to you that the oh, that's interesting, actually. Oh, it's the f of x, and is the function. So the function we're plugging in is sine for number 5, right?
Right.
So sine of x plus h. When you do the x plus h, it always goes in where x is, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to look up real quick. The limit of ln, yeah, ln is similar. It's the ln of x plus h. It's not x plus h times ln of something. Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
All right, and then we're doing minus the sine of x over h. And that gives
the next
us.
line is what started confusing me.
Okay, that second line is confusing. What in the world's going on there? Call just completely dropped again. How the blazes?
Hello.
Yeah, really losing you, aren't I?
I don't know what's going on. I keep wondering if it's me, but then I try to call you back and nobody answers.
Maybe it is mine. I don't know what's going wrong. Mine's showing full bars.
Mine is too.
Yeah, I don't know. I know my Wi-Fi's been acting up a little bit lately, but I don't know what's going on there. Oh well. But I'm looking at 5 still, and
Yeah.
I see why you're confused because this I have no idea what rule she did to make that do what it's doing. Because
And I don't know where the cosine came in there, because I would just distribute the sine, so it'd be like sine of x plus sine of h minus sine of x.
yeah, I know you can't do that. I know that's not allowed. They have to be both in there together.
Right, because
think-
then the h's would cancel and you just get left with cosine or a sine with no variable.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'm just somewhere along the lines I missed this. And I don't know where I missed it at.
It's some kind of a rule, and I follow you. Okay, so let me see if I can pull it up, because there's obviously some rule here that we don't know. It's like, so it's going to be the sine of a plus b equals the sine of a times the cosine of, let me see. Where was that again? Because I can see what the rule is. The rule is the sine of a plus b equals the sine of a times the cosine of b plus the cosine of a times the sine of a, right?
Sine of b.
So it's clear that there's a trig, what do you call it, trig identity or something like that?
Yeah, something
Bingo.
like that.
I got it, I think. Yeah, so there's a trig identity that she's using here. It says the sine of x plus y. It's a plus, right, or is it a minus?
Plus, I think.
Okay. It actually works either way.
Are you looking at the course text on MyMathLab?
No, I just Googled trig identities, and I found the identity that she used.
Okay.
So the identity says that the sine of x plus y equals sine of x times the cosine of y plus the cosine of x times the sine of y.
Okay, that makes sense now. For some reason, I was like spacing that.
Yeah, no.
Identity rule.
Yeah.
And so then I looked at this and I was like, where in the world did the cosine come from?
Oh no, I first looked at that because I hadn't even, like I mentioned, I've been a little behind on trying to get everything done, and I just like looked at it the first time and I'm like, what in the world did she do? It's like, what in the blue whale? It's just like, but she used an identity is what she was doing there. And I have a feeling you have to use a lot of identities here, don't you?
Well, for the same thing for the cosine rule for derivatives.
Yeah, she's using the cosine. Yeah, and the cosine's pretty similar. It's just that flip signs.
Sine.
Yeah, so the sine rule, it keeps the same what am I thinking? The same sign, but for the
Right.
cosine, it changes to become a negative. So sine of x plus y equals blah 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 plus blah blah. The cosine is cosine of x plus y equals blah 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 minus blah blah blah.
Right.
So I mean, there's which falls with a lot of things. And actually, this is a really cool little thing I found. You just Google trig identities, math2.org. It's got a lot of great little identities just sitting here. Just random note. I just found a bunch of them that I like. Okay, does that help you though with that one though? I mean, just looking at the trig identity.
Let me get math 2. What was that?
It's just math2.org.
Oh, there it is.
Under trig identities. It's just a really basic one I just found. It's really cool. Anyway, I mean,
That
it was just a nice little spotlight thing. You can just see all your identities right in front of you. No garbage. Just anywho.
yeah.
Just found it just now. Not too big a deal.
Cool. I like
Reminds
that.
me, I know one thing that's good.
No, I was just looking here at this. I went on to Google and found that thing you're looking at.
Yeah. But yeah, it works.
No, that makes more sense now.
Okay.
Now that I understand that makes a lot more sense.
Good. I am glad I helped, even though I'm completely inept at the subject, right?
Well, just I think it was like the fact that I need to be reminded or something that I need to use the identity, because
Yeah.
I think that's where I go wrong. Is I forget to use the identity, and then I try to just substitute sine or cosine in, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, that one didn't work there. I know, I hear you. I often just forget. I just get frustrated. I know. I guess that wasn't too hard for me to realize that she was using an identity, but I just get in trouble because I totally forget how to do something. It's like I know how. I know I've learned how, but I sometimes forget. Like there's some problems. It's like I did this problem 2 weeks ago, and now I forgot how to use this. Where we were doing limits, but they were trying to have me do the inverse tangent, and I'm like, oh crud, what was that? I had memorized that, and apparently not.
Right.
Anywho, well, that's good
Was
though.
there anything throughout the week that you kind of struggled getting through, or
Fortunately, it looks like this week's actually a pretty easy week. I'll be honest. I mean, once again, I'm still behind like a week or two. But as I'm reading this with you though, it actually makes a lot of sense. This week, I mean, you're just plugging
Right.
everything in fx plus h minus fx over h, and then just move stuff around, it looks like. So I'm looking at the proving derivatives part 1 product rule. I mean, it's just a big mess, but it's all
right? It looks
pretty
like a big mess.
basic. Which
It just makes sense.
yeah, she's just combining a lot. It's like row 2, it's everything expanded out, and then she's like, okay, well you can cancel those 2 middle sections, and then
And combine it into what starts on row 3. Well, you can separate it, is what it is.
I think that's kind of weird though. How'd she get to the h power though?
It's not to the h power. That's the all over h for
Oh,
the second.
gotcha. It was just so positioned that it kind of threw me for a loop for a minute.
All right.
Gotcha. But yeah, that makes sense. Yes, you cancel out the middle sections. Fx times g of x plus h. I'll have to eat that later.
Yeah, basically it turns out to be f of x times g prime of x plus g of x times f prime of x.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Because so when you go from the second line,
Yeah.
if you're looking at, like, if you cut the second line in half at that plus sign right above that h
Uh-huh.
that you thought was to the north,
Yeah.
you have 2 f of x plus h's, one in each of those parts. And so you can pull that out and combine the g of x plus h minus g of x. Limit as h
Gotcha.
goes to 0 of g of x plus h minus g of x. That's the derivative of g of x.
Gotcha. I was thinking differently in my head. I thought she'd cancel out that middle section because the f of x plus h times g of x plus f of x plus h times g of x. I was thinking of canceling those suckers out because they just smack together. But instead, she's pulling
Right.
out the f of x plus
Right.
h and she's pulling out the g of x. I see, because she wanted to transform it differently than I was thinking.
Yep. And then you end up with the f of x, because the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h just equals f of x. And you multiply that times the limit as h goes to 0 of g of x plus h times g of x all over h. And that's g prime of x. Does that make sense?
Let me see here. Let me see here. Ah, I see. is because so it's f of x times g x. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because she made it look like what the basic derivative rule is, right? Right, because the basic derivative rule is f of x plus h times f of x over h. But you can use g, for a different function. And since that's the case, it's the derivative of g. Okay, yeah, I'm following. Yeah, so I mean, it makes sense. Just had to run through that, and I mean, I think I'm gonna like week 10. It looks like. But
I mean, it's just. I think for me, it's a matter of remembering. Like as I'm looking through this, like it makes sense. But then when I get to the problems on the homework, I get all confused and turned around.
Gotcha. And out of curiosity, so good.
Then I get there looking at the problem, and I'm looking at the work I've done. I'm like, well, by the work I've done, this makes sense, but I'm not getting the right answer. And I rework it 3 or 4 times, and I can't get the right answer, and then I give up and I quit.
No, I hear you. It's just I'm glad you're not quitting as quickly as I did. I've been getting frustrated doing work in school at the same time. Oh, look, my pencil. Where was I? But one thing I did notice, though, you're probably going to want to review last week and the week before because every exam she has due is never on the week we're on. Do you notice that?
I guess a little bit, but like the quiz from this last week, it covered all of those talked about, and the test from before that covered everything that we had talked about.
Did it?
Not Thursday and Friday. It covers everything up until Wednesday of this week.
Oh, that's what it was doing. Because I always noticed that like part of the stuff that I'd studied that week wasn't even in the test. But it's because it was the Thursday and Friday.
So where the test opens up on Thursday, some of the students will go take it on Thursday, some will take it on Friday, and some of us will take it on Saturday.
Gotcha.
Like taking it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will have already studied Thursday and Friday's material, but it won't be on the test because some kids have already taken
the test on Thursday.
Wednesday will be up on the test.
That's why. I kind of thought it was odd that she was skipping a whole week, but she was just going up until Wednesday. Okay. Okie dokie.
Yep. And then next
week. So I was just
week,
thinking, like, good.
Sorry, I was looking ahead a little bit, and next week there's only 3 assignments or 3 days of assignments.
Mm-hmm.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And she said, if at all possible, to meet on Wednesday if we meet later in the week.
Okay.
But if that doesn't work for you, she said we could still work out something and make it work later.
Okay.
I mean, I could do Wednesday.
I could do Wednesday. I mean, at this time, I can do Wednesday, yeah.
Like at this time of night?
Yeah, or maybe earlier. I can do 8 again, if that works for you.
Yeah, that somewhere in there should probably be fine.
So, okay. Is there no homework on Thursday and Friday, you said?
No, just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Is she giving us a breather or something?
I don't know. Because then the next week has all 5 days again. Well, today there was a note at the end of after the prepare assignment and everything, there was a little note that said, like, week 11 homework or something. Group meeting, and it said that there's only 3 days of homework that week.
Don't ask me. I don't even know if it's a holiday then. Okay.
I mean, give you a chance to kind of get caught up without having more homework added to it.
Yeah, I might actually really benefit from that. So I've been getting a little bit behind, back down to a C. So kick that back into gear. But all right, that works for me. And really, thanks for the help on this week. It's been helpful for me to help you because it's kickstarted my brain for, oh yeah, that's how you do this and everything. And it looks like it's an easy week. I'm still petering around week 8, I'll be honest, but week 10 looks easy because I remember all of this. It's just plugging in that
Yeah, it's not
XSH. Hmm?
even Thursday and Friday's exercises and homework isn't bad because you're working with the crit points
Oh, I
and
remember
inflection.
loading those. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, with
that's
like
that's
critical points, you're using the first derivative, and inflection points, you use the second derivative.
gotcha. That reminds. I actually
So I mean,
don't like how they set up this class because they have it backwards in this one compared to some of my other classes how they were. The calculus,
yeah,
because like some of them they have the limits first because the limits built into the derivatives, but then they're like, well, you need the derivatives in order to answer problems in your physics class. So they teach you the derivatives first, but I really like it the other way around because it builds on. Anyway, but okay.
yeah. So it's not bad. It's just a matter of remembering how it's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you.
But is there anything else you need help on previous weeks or anything?
I always feel bad asking, to be honest, because I'm so back behind. Since they keep deleting the old homework that I'm behind on. I'm on week 9, day 4 right now, but that makes sense to me. Let me see if I can pick the brain of my homework, see where I'm at. Dun dun dun. Just give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull up where I was. Oh,
Okay.
looks like she already got rid of all those. That's a bummer. Because I was still struggling on the L'Hopital and the indeterminates, and then
Oh,
the
really?
epsilon delta. So like end of week, so like week 8, day 5 to week 9, day 3. Or week 9, day 2. I was just dying there. Because I just didn't. I'm really having a hard time just getting that L'Hopital. So I was trying to get it down, but every time I go to work, I don't have anything done the rest of the day. But improper intervals seem to make sense to me. Just take work.
Yeah.
But I think we're already going a little bit late, so I think I'll just let you go. And hey, I just appreciate the help in week 10, actually. So
Yeah, no problem. You for the help as well.
no problem. But yeah, I guess I'll let you go, and then I'm gonna get this video thing to you right now, so I don't forget after I do it.
All right. Sounds good.
But all right, peace out, and you have a good one.
All right, and are we gonna plan for Wednesday around this time?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. We'll keep in touch during the week.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to send you a text earlier. Like this week, I actually sent you a text Thursday. I sent you a day ahead, right?
Yeah, and then I slacked off. I got busy with everything, and so that was my bad.
No problem. Hey, I really felt bad that one week because I was gonna have the tutor over and I never got her, and then it just never happened at all.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, sorry about that.
I
will-
keep contemplating whether I should go in and talk with her or not, and I need to, but then I never make the time for it.
Yeah, I would like. I mean, honestly, if I was in Rexburg right now, I'd be sitting in the library and just working with the tutors all day long. I hate being away from here and not being able to work with the tutor.
Yeah, and see, like I'm up here in Rexburg, and I don't even go there.
Hey, avail yourself. It helped me a ton. It really did. I'm finding how much I miss Rexburg now.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of it I understand, and there's some of it that I do need like a better understanding of. But I have so much other homework that for me to try to find time to go and meet with them on their schedule as well, it doesn't work.
Nope, I absolutely hear you. When I was doing a full grouping, I know what you meant doing, was it 12, 14 credits, whatever the base was? Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
You're just like, I don't have time to go do extra time with you. I just hope I get it.
Right, and I mean I work every day too. I work for like 20 hours a week is all.
Yeah. 20. That's still
But
busy, though, if you're doing it on top of 12. But, I mean,
you know,
if
I
you
get
have
up at 4 every morning. I get
4?
up at 4 every morning to go to work, and
Oh,
I have to shower and eat a quick lunch at 10 o'clock to get ready for class.
mm,
I go to class and I get done and I got piles of homework, and so I decide that I have better things to do than sit in the tutoring center and get help because I have so much other homework.
yeah. Well, you can always do what
When
I
really-
did.
when really
Just
I just-
take all your homework there.
Yeah.
So, like I know one thing I could do is like those tutors, they sometimes never get to you or they take forever to get to you. Just take your homework, work until you don't understand a problem, raise your hand, get yourself on the list, and then work on your other problems until they get to you. That way, you're not waiting on them. You can keep busy. Something
Yeah.
that I did. I don't know if it would help you or not. And hey, if you want to be home with people you like to be with, then I don't blame you.
Yeah, for reals.
So.
But no, I need to try it out. I need to go get it done and get a better understanding of the things I'm struggling with.
Well, I hear you.
So
I do it if I were you. The L'Hôpital's rule. I hate it. I hate
There
the
you go.
French. I really do. But anyway. But yeah, thanks for the help. I'll get with you for doing Wednesday. Good luck with the exam if you haven't done it.
thank you.
Yeah. Catch you later.
And good luck to you on the exam if you haven't done it as well.
Definitely have not. I'm gonna be booking it to do so.
Yeah, for reals.
All right. Chat with you later, mate.
All right, take care.
Okay.